Thanks for joining us at GoToTRAILS.com. Today, we'll be learning how to use the graphics tool, which can be applied to the Plan, Manage, and Explore mapping software. To do this, we'll be using the Plan mapping software. So once you come to your default map screen, we're going to come over here to the Web Map console and click on the Painter's palette. This is the icon for the graphics tool. Once here, we can add graphics by clicking on the plus tab, and by clicking on this tab, we can see a list of our graphics. Now down here is the button to import graphics, which we go over in our other tutorial, importing and exporting graphics. So let's go ahead and start adding graphics. We're going to go through all of these, but let's start with the points. So once we've chosen our graphic mode, we can give it a graphic name, and we can also give it a description if we want. So a point is something you might use to indicate a trailhead, the end of a trail trip, or a specific location along the trail where you feel that maintenance needs to be done. But once we've chosen the point, we have several different options of what we want the graphic to look like. We can make it a pinpoint, a bullseye, we have flags. I personally like the basic point because you're able to customize it. So you can adjust the size, you can make it bigger or smaller, change the color, you can make it more opaque or transparent, you can even change the outline color and its width. So once you've customized your graphic the way you want it to be, we can start plotting it. You're going to bring your cursor onto the map, find exactly where you want that point to be, and keep in mind the center of the graphic is the very tip of your cursor. But yes, we'll click once and it's plotted. Once you've plotted your graphic, it's going to come up in our graphics list, and these different buttons will give us the option to edit our graphic, delete our graphic, change the order in which the graphic's being displayed, and locate the graphic on our map. So let's keep adding graphics. Let's add a line. We can customize it however we want, and then click once to start your line and continue holding down. Once you release, the endpoint will be plotted. So again, this graphic will be in the graphics list, and let's say you want to move the point so that it is above the line on the map. You'll come here, click on the arrow key, and now the point is arranged above the line. There's also a polyline, and this allows us to make a line with multiple points on it. This can be used for making a trail that is going to have multiple stops along the way. Once you've customized your line, click once for each of your points, and then to finish your polyline, click twice. Now we also have a freehand polyline, but to make this line you're going to click down once to begin and continue holding down until you've created your path, and then to finish it, just release your cursor. Now let's say you've made it a little bit too big and you want it to be smaller. You can go to the Edit feature, click on it, and this will allow you to adjust the size of it. Once you've adjusted it correctly, click Save, and now it's been updated. So we also have shapes. We have a triangle, the quadrilateral, circle, and ellipses. These all work basically the same way. You might use this the same way you would use a point, but it's better if you are trying to indicate something a little bit larger scale, like maybe a region or area that is lacking trail development. Once you've customized the shape the way you want, click once on your map and hold down until you've made it the scale that you want. Once it is at that scale, release, and it's done. If you want to further customize the graphic on the map, say maybe you don't want it to be a perfect triangle, you want to adjust it a little, you can select the edit features and you can start playing around with it. For the polygon graphic, you'll be able to plot multiple points to create a very specific shape. So let's say we want to show which areas of northwestern Ohio need more trailheads. We can use this graphic to indicate that very specific shape. Click once to begin, and click once for every point, and once you want it to be complete, click twice. We also have a freehand polygon, which works a little more like the polyline and is really good for if you're trying to make a more amorphous shape. Click once to begin your graphic, but continue holding down to create your shape, and then release. Lastly, we have our text tool. So we'll want to change the name of our text. Click on it and then plot it wherever you want it to be. Now keep in mind, if you want to start over from scratch and delete all of your graphics, you can come to the bottom here and use this button to delete them all at once instead of going in individually and doing it. In our next video, we will learn how to import and export our graphics. Thanks for joining us at GoToTRAILS.com.